video, I'm going to be sharing with you essential oils for pain, essential oils for nerve pain, inflammation, and a specific essential oil blend called Deep Blue. And I will teach you how to use them. I'll give you some of my favorite recipes, especially for those hard to get pains that maybe you've been struggling with for a while. So make sure you stay with me because I'll be giving you those recipes and some great testimonials to help you feel confident in using essential oils. Welcome back to our channel. I'm Stacy Paulson. I'm an essential oil educator. I'm a health coach and also the mother of 6 amazing kids. We've been using essential oils for over 12 years now. And I am obsessed with helping people to learn how to find natural solutions for taking care of their health and reducing toxins around their home. And I would love for you to subscribe if you want to continue learning about essential oils, whether you're brand new to them or you have some in your home and you're trying to use them more effectively. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the videos. Now, some of the questions that I'm going to answer in this is how to use essential oils for pain. Common questions like how to use essential oils for nerve pain or inflammation. Also, essential oils for specifically muscle pain, joint pains, arthritis, those kind of aches and pains. Those are just some common questions. And also how to use them for if you're older or if you're younger, somewhere in between, that this video is for you. So what is doTERRA Deep Blue? You might have a little bottle like this. Maybe you've gotten a starter kit with this essential oil, or maybe you've purchased something that's blue like this from doTERRA. Let me tell you what's in the Deep Blue blend. So there's different oils in there, and then each of those oils have different constituents or chemical compounds within them that are organic that can help our bodies to heal and to reduce inflammation. So the oils that are in there are wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, ylang ylang, blue tansy, German chamomile. Now the blue tansy and the German chamomile are blue. So this oil actually, when you put it in your hand, if you haven't tried it, it comes out blue. Now it won't stain your clothes, it won't make them turn blue because it's so pure, it will dissipate into the air. And so at first it will look blue and then it will dissipate into the air. And the last two are helichrysum and osmanthus. Scientific studies have shown that Deep Blue impacts the pathways that signal inflammation, immunoregulation, modulation, wound healing. So there are signals that take place in our body that when we're injured or something's going wrong, we're exposed to toxins that will cause our body to become inflamed. It sends nutrients, oxygen, blood flow increases. That's why often we'll get warm. And then over time, it should start reducing that inflammation. That inflammation can cause pain, and that's generally what we're dealing with is that discomfort. And so Deep Blue, when we put it on topically, can help those signals to trigger so that the inflammation will be reduced, thus reducing the inflammation. But it also triggers the healing and the immune response that we want and we need, so that not only are we don't want to mask the pain, like oftentimes when we take medications for pain, they will mask the pain so we don't feel it, but it's not helping with the healing process. So Deep Blue has been blended together specifically for that. So not only does it help reduce inflammation, thus reducing pain, it also helps to trigger the healing process within our bodies. Now, some of the major constituents within Deep Blue, within those essential oil compounds, we have methyl salicylate, menthol, eucalyptol, and then also camphor. And they're organic molecules that do different things. If you look up on drugs.com, you can look up those specific chemical constituents to see what they do. I just want to share a couple with you so that you understand that this is based on science, not some woohoo whatever, that you'll get the experience, but there's also science and knowledge that comes into formulating these. So for instance, let's take the methyl salicylate. So this is something that you can apply topically to your skin, and it's used temporarily to relieve minor aches and pains, arthritis, sprains, strains, bruises, nerve pain, and simple back aches, and even lower spine aches. They consider it a natural aspirin, but you use it topically, not internally. And so you'll just be rubbing it on, but it doesn't have the side effects that some people experience with aspirin. So that's one great reason why essential oils are awesome. So another constituent in Deep Blue essential oil is menthol. So the menthol is something that is cooling. It helps create that sensation that is cooling to a part of the body where maybe you're experiencing that pain, and that it helps to relieve inflammation under the tissue. So as you apply it topically, it goes deeper into the tissue. It helps to open up your blood vessels to supply more oxygen and needed nutrients to areas of your body. And this is a great one for minor aches, pains, backache, muscles, joints, bruises. So you have painful bruises. And those are just two of the chemical constituents of the many that are found in Deep Blue. But I just wanted to give you an example of why these were put in the Deep Blue essential oil. So what's the best way to use Deep Blue? If you have this oil, it's always used topically. So this is not one that you use internally. You can know that because it has a childproof cap on it where you have to push it down to open it if you're just having the oil. And then with it, you can also dilute it. So this is one, if you add fractionated coconut oil, lotion to it, it will just help the oils to stay trapped on that area longer so that you'll have a deeper penetration instead of flashing off, because essential oils are volatile, meaning that they quickly change from a liquid to a gas. So if you use lotion or fractionated coconut oil to dilute them, it will hold them captive on your skin longer so that more will be absorbed. And so that's one tip that will be helpful in helping to reduce pain if that's what you're trying to do. Now, another thing that you want to know is don't use this internally, but you can use it in a diffuser. So this is also great for diffusing, and I'll share a few reasons why you might want to do that. Now, this comes in many different forms, and I want to share some of our family tips with using this. Like I said, I have 6 kids. All of them are athletes, from gymnastics to a Division I athlete who is a runner, cross-country runner, and track. I have volleyball players, I have basketball players, my husband does CrossFit. So we deal with a lot of pains and aches and injuries. And so these are some of our favorite things that we've been able to do with Deep Blue. So the oil itself, if it's in a kit, I would recommend getting some empty roller bottles, because you make this go longer. It's a small 5 milliliter bottle, but it doesn't take a lot. So you can use the fractionated coconut oil, fill it most of the way full, and then put 10, 15, maybe 20 to 30 drops max in that roller bottle and create your own special little Deep Blue roller bottle. You can also buy it in a touch, which means that it's already diluted in a roller bottle for you. But if you have this bottle, I would recommend getting the empty roller bottles, because that will help you to save on oils and save time. Or you could just use a drop and then use your fractionated coconut oil as you're using it. You can also get it in the Deep Blue rub. So this is already in a lotion form. This entire 5 milliliter bottle is within this lotion. And so this is what a lot of athletes have in their bags, because it's just convenient. You can rub it on larger parts of your body. This just barely came out. It's Deep Blue stick, which is the Deep Blue in a form that you can just rub on. You don't have to roll it on. You don't have to get it on your hands. That's sometimes an issue if you touch your face or some other part of your body. Maybe you go to the bathroom and you get it where you don't want to get it. This can help resolve that problem, because you don't have to rub it in with your hand. You just put it on with the stick. And this also has copaiba in it. So if you don't know about copaiba, I'm going to link up a video that will share more about why this is super powerful, especially if you're dealing with pain or inflammation. It's comparable to CBD, but far more effective. Hundreds of studies have been done on it, and then it's around 200% cheaper, less expensive than CBD oil. So this is another form that you could get, which again, we throw it in our bags. We have them around the house. Before going to bed, if you have aches or pains, you can rub it on to help you to sleep better. If you're out and about, you can have it wherever you need it. It's super convenient. And then a couple other forms of Deep Blue that you're maybe not aware of, that there is capsules that you can take. This is not oils, but it's an herbal formula that helps to reduce that inflammation. And so you can take these internally. So this would help from the inside out with the inflammation to help reduce that pain. And then the Deep Blue oil or one of these other forms will help from the outside in to help reduce that inflammation. Now, one of our favorite tricks with oils is that if you're dealing with something that when you put it on topically, you can drive it in deeper if you use either ice or heat. So there's a little bit of moisture when there's heat or ice, and so it drives it in deeper. So we have these little rice packs. This is actually full of wheat. We made it super cheap and inexpensive, but you can buy them yourself. They're either filled with rice or with wheat. And then you can heat them up in your microwave, and then you just put it on that area, maybe your back, maybe a leg, maybe joints that have been achy. You can also do that with ice, is put them in the freezer. They get really cold, or if you have ice bags. And this is, if you're dealing with some of these pains that are a little harder to manage, that's one of our favorite tips. One thing to also be aware of with essential oils is that they all impact us emotionally. When we breathe them in, there's an impact to our mental health. And so this one is very soothing and calming. Some of the positive emotions that you'll feel as you breathe it in is you'll feel strengthened, you'll feel more accepting and soothing, more serene, that you're open to healing. If you're combating negative feelings like resisting pain, avoiding emotional issues, fearful, panicked, those kind of emotions, this can actually help you feel differently as you breathe it in. Now, I'm going to attach below some recipes and some great testimonials that you can pull up and use depending on what kind of pains and things that you're dealing with and depending on what oils you have available to you. So there's my top 10 essential oils that I recommend everyone having, and I have some recipes with those. So if you have one of the starter kits, this will be very beneficial for you because you'll be able to pull out, from your stash, different ways to use the essential oils. But if you have the more difficult pains, in that download that you can get is for free. So just, you can go down and get that. So there's a massage blend for those more difficult pains. Also a hot and cold rub that has cayenne pepper in it. There is a super soothing salve. So if you want to make that with frankincense, deep blue, and copaiba, this works really, really well. And then also if you have specific sprains or strains that you're dealing with, there's a recipe. I have some roller blends for cramps. So if you deal with cramping muscles or that time of the month, you can create this roller blend that works really well. Also, if you have bruises, just having them on hand. I know with my kids, there'll be something, and so it helps relieve the pain and get rid of the bruise a lot faster. Restless legs, joint pain, arthritis, head tension, there's recipes in there, and then some great testimonials for that. I will place up a couple here that you can see, but there's a lot more that you can either stop and pause, take a screenshot, read through these, but I want to share just a couple of our own experiences with these, or mine. Just recently, I've had a bulging disc in my back. I didn't know what it was at first. It started just kind of like a little pimple pain in just one spot in my back, and I didn't know what it was. We put some stuff on, but didn't really pay much attention to it because it didn't hurt unless I touched it. And then over a few weeks, it started to progress. And then there was a day where I was sitting most of the day at different events, just sitting there, and my back was killing me in that spot specifically. And so I grabbed my essential oils, looked up, what could I use? So I started using the deep blue, and then I mixed a blend of white fir, wintergreen, marjoram, lemongrass, aromatouch, deep blue. I just threw it all at it, put it in the roller bottle, and just started to apply that whenever I remember to do it. And within a couple of days, that pain had gone away. And for most people, bulging discs, they do go away over time, but it takes time, rest, anti-inflammatories, right? So that is just one of the experiences that I've had. Like I said, you can grab the download and see more from other people and grab those recipes. And if you're new to oils, make sure you get a starter kit that has deep blue in it. I will link up a couple of my favorite starter kits so that you'll have at your fingertips the essential oils that most people use, like 80% of the things that come up in your home that you'll use. And we haven't gone to the doctor once for sick care. Well, it was just once for sick care in 12 years with the 6 kids. So that's a really big deal. And so I want to make sure that you know how to use the essential oils. I'll also link up the crash course that I have for you if you're brand new, so you understand how to use them effectively in your home. And then make sure you subscribe so that we can stay in touch and that you can see the new videos that come out.